Good afternoon, Yankees Nation. This is Ken, and you're here with Yankees The Ugly Truth. Today is going to be a play-by-play of the rubber match of the Yankees versus the Braves. Hopefully, we can come out with a win to secure the series before we head off to Rogers Center to face the Toronto Blue Jays. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here, brother. The lineup for today's match is as follows. Jason Dominguez will be leading off playing left field, hitting .262 on the season, followed by Aaron Judge playing right field, hitting .353. In the three hole will be Cody Bellinger playing center field and hitting .284 on the season. Giancarlo Stanton will be the DH, hitting out of the four hole today. He is hitting .264. Out of the five hole will be Jazz Chisholm playing second base, hitting .245 on the season. Paul Goldschmidt will be hitting in the six hole, playing first base and hitting .289. Ben Rice will be behind the dish, hitting .239. Anthony Volpe will be in the eight hole, playing shortstop, hitting .216. And Yorbit Vivas will be playing third base, hitting .163. The Braves lineup for today is going to be Jurickson Profar playing left field, hitting .254. Matt Olson will be playing first base, hitting .262. Ronald Acuna Jr. will be playing right field, hitting .321 on the season. Baldwin will be behind the dish once again, hitting .263 and cleaning up. Ozzie Albies, who has hurt the Yankees this season for this series, will be playing second base, hitting .224. Marcell Ozuna will be the DH, hitting .238. Alvarez will be manning third base, hitting .267. Michael Harris II will be playing center field, hitting .211. And Nick Allen playing shortstop will be a nine-hole hitter, hitting .234 on the season. On the bump for the Yankees is going to be Marcus Stroman. And we are still in a commercial break, so give me a few secs. I see that have some more folks hopping in the stream. Welcome D-Train, Sean Browning, Merck Sosasi. Appreciate y'all being here on your lazy Sunday afternoon. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and subscribe if you're not subscribed currently. Game time is at 1:35, so we're a few minutes before first pitch. So how are we feeling about today's game? We are almost at game time. We're back to the actual broadcast. Grant Holmes will be facing off against us. They're going over the defensive alignment. We've already talked about that. So, hence, we are a couple of minutes before the start of the game. And Holmes is on the mound. He's ready to go. Dominguez is at bat. And the first pitch is a fastball outside for ball one. So we are underway. Dominguez is hitting 262 on the season, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs. Holmes sets and he brings the next pitch, and it is right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Count is evened at 1-up. Holmes sets and he fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Nice little lollipop curveball. Dominguez takes timeout. And Holmes sets and he brings the pitch, and it is fouled off. Count is going to remain 1-2. Temperature in Atlanta is 88, but it feels like it's 99. There's a 40% chance of rain. And the wind is at 10 miles an hour. Holmes sets and fires, and the pitch is a slider down in the dirt. Count evens up at deuce. Holmes sets and fires, and the ball is shot directly at Alvarez for the first out. Coming up to bat is the captain. All rise. The judge is in his chambers. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. And the cutter is outside for ball one to the captain. Judge is hitting 353 on the season, 35 home runs, 81 RBIs, and an 1181 OPS. Holmes sets and he brings the next pitch. It is another lollipop slider down low. Count is now 2-0. Holmes sets and he fires the slider. Judge tries to check his swing but cannot hold up. Count is 2-1. Holmes sets and he brings the pitch, and it is hit to right field. That is a high drive, and it is going, and gone. Yankees take a 1-run lead right off the bat thanks to the captain. Yankees lead Atlanta 1-0. 36th home run of the year for the captain. That left the bat at 110.2 miles an hour and traveled 409 feet. Coming up to bat is going to be Cody Bellinger. That is Judge's first home run at Truett Field, so I think there are only 3 left on the list. And Holmes sets and he fires a fastball that catches the outside corner for call, strike one. Count is 0 and 1. Holmes sets and he brings the next pitch. This one is a four seamer off the plate. Got a little bit of velocity on it, running at 95 plus miles an hour. And Holmes sets and the pitch is hit to left center field. And it looks like Profar is closing on it along with Harris. And Profar makes the catch to record the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Big G. So for those of you just joining the stream, we are in the top of the first. Yankees lead 1-0 off of a Aaron Judge home run. And the first pitch to Giancarlo Stanton is outside for ball one. Looks like he's playing cutters to run off the plate. Hey, Jacob, how's it going, brother? Holmes fires his next pitch, and it is a lollipop slider down in the dirt. Count is now 2-0 on Big G. Holmes sets and he fires and throws a cutter that catches the outside corner of the plate for strike one. Count is now 2-1. Hey, FJ. Holmes sets and he fires and Denton, the line drives into right field. Nice, easy single. And that is the second hit of the inning for the Yankees. Cunha shoots the ball into second, and obviously Stanton wasn't going to be trying to stretch that one out. Coming up to bat is Jazz Chisholm. And Holmes sets, and Jazz swings over a slider that is down and in. Count is 0-1. Chisholm's averages 245, 17 home runs, 44 RBIs, and an 842 OPS. And Jazz lays a bunt down the third base line. It's a push bunt that is going to be successful. Jazz is going to be at first with Stanton at second and two outs. Coming up to bat is going to be Ben Rice, hitting in the DH slot today. Actually, it's Paul Goldschmidt. My mistake. And the first pitch is up and inside, a four seamer to Goldie. Count is 1-0. That's right. There was a bunt single. And the next pitch is inside to Goldie. Count is now 2-0. For those of you just joining the stream, the Yankees are up 1-0, courtesy of an Aaron Judge home run. There are two outs with runners at first and second. Paul Goldschmidt is up to bat, and the pitch is on the way, and it is foul tipped. Count is now 2-1. And the pitch is in, and it is fouled straight back to the backstop. Count evens up at deuce. Goldie is back in the box. Holmes sets. He brings the pitch in. It is slapped into right center field. And it looks like Stanton is rounding third, and he is heading home, and he is going to score. So that is an RBI single for Goldie. Runners are now at first and third with two outs. and the Yankees take a 2-0 lead. Nice professional hit by Goldschmidt. Just think, another hitter who is actually using a two-strike approach. Ben Rice is up to bat. Here, Holmes sets and fires, and the pitch is just outside for ball one. Rice is hitting .239 on the season, 14 home runs, 34 RBIs, and an .804 OPS. Can Rice drive in another run? Holmes sets and fires, and Rice fouls this one off the left to the left side. Count is now 1-1. Holmes sets and he brings the pitch, and this one is hit a lollipop pop fly to short center field. Allen backs up and makes the play for the third out of the inning, but not before the Yankees end up scoring 2 runs on the inning and take a 2-0 lead. Coming up to bat for the Braves is Jurickson Profar, Matt Olson, and Ronald Acuna Jr. So how do we feel about the start today? Yankees are off to a early start like we were hoping. I got so excited I forgot about my sound effect. And we're back to the broadcast. Marcus Stroman is on the bump for us today. He is 1-1 with a 6.66 ERA. Hopefully, that's not a sign of things to come. Stroman needs to keep his pitches down, stay out of the middle of the plate, and rely on the ground ball and defenses. And Stroman sets, and the first pitch is a sinker that is off the plate for 1-0. Profar is hitting .254 this season with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and a .720 OPS. And the pitch is grounded to Jazz. Jazz flips it over to Goldie for the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Matt Olson. And Stroman sets. He brings the pitch, and it is a nice slurve in there for call. Strike one at the bottom of the zone. Olson's hitting .262 on the season, 17 home runs, 63 RBIs, and an .831 OPS. Stroman fires a cutter that is up and out of the strike zone for ball. Count is evened out, 1-1. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch. It is fouled off. Count is 1-2. I'm not expecting to hear that sound too much today. Stroman sets, and the pitch is lined up on the outside corner, misses just by about a half a ball length. Count is now evened at deuce deuce. Stroman sets and he fires a curveball that is just fouled off by Olson. Count is going to remain deuce deuce. Olson takes timeout. Olson is back in the box. Stroman is ready and he brings the pitch. And it is hit right up the middle, but Volpe is waiting and shoots it to Goldie to record the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Ronald Acuna Jr. Shane Livenspargers are behind the plate umpire. He is still a hitter friendly thing, but he's pretty close to being neutral. Acuna Jr. is digging in at the plate. Stroman is on the bump. He gets the sign and he sets and fires, and the pitch is swung on and fouled off. Count is 0-1. Stroman sets and fires, and Acuna lines a single into left field. Dominguez is going to field it on a hop, shooting it back to second to hold Acuna to a single. Acuna is the Braves' first runner of the day and first hit. Drake Baldwin is up to bat. Stroman sets, and he brings the first pitch, and it is just off the plate for ball one. Count is 1-0. Stroman makes a pickoff attempt on Acuna. Acuna is back standing up. Hey 99, welcome to the stream. For those of you just hopping in, if you could, please hit the like button and share the channel out. Stroman sets and he fires the pitch, and it is fouled straight back. Count is even at 1-up. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is hit to center right field. The captain is closing in on it, and he puts it away for the third out of the inning. So there are no runs on one hit, no errors, and we are headed to the top of two. Yankees lead 2-0. Coming up in our half of the inning is going to be Anthony Volpe, Yorbit Vivas, and Jason Dominguez. Sean jazz bunted. He laid out a bunt single down the third base line. Yeah, Sean, who would have thunk it? Sean, you at work or you at home today? Holmes is on the bump and he's ready to start. And the next first pitch is up high for ball one. Volpe had 2 home runs yesterday in the game. Hey, Nancy, welcome to the stream. And Holmes brings the pitch. It is a slider just down for call. Strike one. Count is even at 1-1. For those of you just joining the stream, the Yankees are up 2-0 in the top of the second. Next pitch is a slider down low. Count is now 2-1. Can Volpe continue his hitting streak against the Braves? Holmes sets and he fires, and Volpe fouls this one down the right field line. Count is evened up at 2-2. Holmes sets and he fires, and Volpe manages just foul it off. Count is going to remain 2-2. And Holmes sets and he fires, and the pitch is chopped to Allen, who fires it across the diamond to Olson to record the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Yorbed Vivas, and a cutter is down low for ball one. Vivas has hit 163 on the season, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and a 533 OPS. Holmes sets, and he brings the next pitch, and this one is another cutter down low. Count is now 2-0 on Yorbed Vivas. Holmes sets and he fires, and the ball is hit to right field. And Acuna is retreating to the warning trap and makes the play for the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is the leadoff hitter, Jason Dominguez. And Holmes sets, and Dominguez chops the ball to Albies. Albie is going to flip it to Olson for the third out of the inning. So that was an easy inning for Holmes. Did not stress him whatsoever. We're going to the bottom of the second. Coming up to bat is going to be Ozzie Albie, Marcell Ozuna, and Nacho Alvarez, or Taco Alvarez. One of those two damn things. If you guys haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you are not, please consider subscribing. And Stroman sets, and he brings the first pitch. Albie shows bunt, but the ball is a cutter up high. Ball one. Albies is hitting 224 on the season, 9 home runs. And the pitch is on the way, and Albies fouls this one off. Count is 1-1. Albies has hurt the Yankees this series. He has 2 home runs with, I believe, 9 RBIs. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is just a bit inside. Count is now 2-1. Stroman sets and he brings the pitch. Albie shows bunt, and he bunts it foul down the third base line. Count is now evened at 2-2. Albies takes time out. And the pitch is on the way. It is a slider inside. Count is now full, 3-2. Stroman sets and fires, and the cutter is fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2. Hey, Chris, welcome to the stream. Stroman sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off again. Count is going to remain 3-2, heading into the 7th pitch of the at bat. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is swung on and fouled into the right field stands. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is fouled off once again. We are heading to the 10th pitch of the at bat. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is hit down the right field line, but this one is going to be foul. Going to the 11th pitch for the at bat. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Stroman wins the battle. He got the pitch above Asuna's hand, or Albie's hands, and he just could not catch up with. And Ozuna is up to bat, and the first pitch is a slurve that is in there that catches the outside corner for call, strike 1. This is Ozuna's first start of the series. And Stroman sets and fires, and the slider bounces in the dirt. Count is evened out, 1-1. Stroman sets and he brings the pitch, and this one is hit to Vivas. Vivas shoots it across the diamond. Goldie scoops the ball to record the second out of the inning. Nacho Alvarez is coming up to bat. For those of you just joining the stream, the Yankees are leading 2-0. We are in the bottom of the second. There are 2 outs and nobody on. The first pitch to Alvarez is a sinker call for strike one. Alvarez is hitting 267, no home runs, no RBIs, and a 686 OPS. Stroman sets, and the sinker just misses outside. Count is now going to be even, one up. Stroman fires and catches the outside corner for call, strike two. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is fouled down the right field line. Count is going to remain 1-2. Stroman sets and he fires, and the curveball or slurve is down in the dirt. Count is even now at deuce. Stroman is 32 pitches deep into this inning. Pitch count is looking good. Stroman sets and fires, and Alvarez swings and misses. So that is Stroman's second strikeout of the inning. We're heading to the top of three. Captain will be leading off, followed by Belly and Giancarlo Stanton. 2, 3, and 4. With Marcus Stroman on the bump, 2 runs is not enough. So how are we feeling about today's game thus far? Excited, eager, pessimistic, cautious, confident, thrilled. I could probably throw a few more adjectives in there. However, let me know how you feel. Chat's awfully quiet right now, and we actually have something to be happy about. All rise, the judges in the chamber. Judge is 1-for-1 on the evening or the afternoon. And the first pitch is on the way, and Judge swings over a lollipop slider. Judge is 1-for-1 on the day with a solo home run in the first inning. Holmes sets and fires, and the slider is down low and away. Count is evened at 1-1. Let's go, Captain. Let's get us started. Time to add some more runs. Holmes sets and he fires, and the pitch bounces in the dirt. Curveball. Count is now 2-1. And Holmes sets and fires, and the pitch is a cutter off the plate. Count to Captain is now 3-1. Is this an unintentional, intentional walk? And the pitch is swung on and tipped. Foul. Count is now 3-2. Would not be surprised to see if he tried to run a fastball up. Captain is back in the box. Holmes sets. And he brings the pitch, and it is hammered foul. Count is going to remain 3-2. Holmes sets and he brings the pitch, and Judge bounces it foul. Count is going to remain 3-2. Holmes sets and he fires, and the captain fouls off a curveball, heading to the ninth pitch of the at bat. Count is going to remain 3-2. Holmes is at 45 pitches in the top of the third with nobody out. And the pitch is swung on or fouled off on a check swing. Going to the 10th pitch of the at bat. Holmes sets and he brings the pitch, and the captain hammers this one. Alvarez makes a outstanding fielding diving catch. He shoots it across the diamond to Olson to record the first out of the inning. Alvarez was fearing for his life on that freaking rocket shot by the captain. And the first pitch into Goldie is called strike one. Goldie is 0 for 1 with a flyout in the first. And Holmes sets and he brings the next pitch, and it catches the outside corner. Count is now 2-0. I suppose it's time for Bellinger to use his 2-strike approach. Holmes sets and he fires, and Bellinger taps this one to the shortstop. Allen fires across the diamond to Olson to record the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton is 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored. He singled in the first inning. Holmes sets and he fires, and the pitch catches the inside corner for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Holmes sets and fires, and Stanton hammers this one to left field. It is going to go off the wall, and Stanton is going to stop with a long single. He wrapped the hell out of that. Stanton is 2 for 2 on the day. If Stanton had any elevation on that pitch, it's a rocket shot into the stands. That pitch was hit 115 off the bat. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat. Holmes sets and wow. Olson takes a line drive off of Jazz to record the third out. Jazz hit the hell out of that ball, too. It was, if it gets past Olson, it's most likely an extra base hit. And we are heading to the bottom of the third. Coming up to bat is Michael Harris II, Nick Allen, and Dirksen Profar. 8-9-1. Well, Jake, they need to get more runs. How many more runs do they need? Hey, Celia, how you doing? Well, Celia, 8 runs is a lot to ask for, but if any team could provide that, the Yankees could. For those of you just joining the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And Stroman sets and he brings the first pitch, and it is hit up into the middle to right field. Judge is going to field it and shoot it back into Jazz. Leadoff single for Michael Harris, the second. Coming up to bat is Nick Allen, hitting in the 9 hole. Allen is hitting 234 on the season, no home runs, 16 RBIs, and a 570 OPS. And Allen bunts the ball, and Rice feels it, but he is not going to make the play. So now the Braves have runners at first and second with nobody out. Perfect execution on the bunt. And Jurickson Profar, the leadoff hitter, is back up to bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Stroman sets and fires, and Profar shows bunt. Pitch is just a little bit low and outside. Count is 1-0. Stroman sets, and the ball is popped. Davis makes a diving catch in foul territory to record the out. Beautiful play by Yorbit Vivas. Excellent defensive play by Yorbit Vivas. Coming up to bat is Matt Olson. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. What is your fun fact, 99? Stroman sets, and he fires, and Olson fouls this one off to the left side. Count is 0-2. Stroman sets and he fires the pitch. It is a slurve off the plate. Count is 1-2. Stroman sets and the pitch is hit right back at him. He is going to shoot it to second and back to first to Goldschmidt. So that is going to be a 1-6-3 double play to end the inning. And we are going to head to the top of 4. Leading off will be Goldschmidt, followed by Rice and Volpe. So Stanton is back 100%. Bat speed isn't down from last year. Elbows aren't affecting him. Well, that's great news to hear. For those of you just joining the stream, we are heading to the top of the 4th. The Yankees lead the Braves 2-0. Coming up to bat is going to be Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, and Anthony Volpe. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to Yankees The Ugly Truth. We do a lot of play-by-plays here. We have open panels during the week, and going to try to get back and do more of the pre-series review just for you. Give you some idea of how hot the teams we're playing are, how we're doing. Hey, Jason, welcome to the stream, brother. Appreciate you being here. And how we're doing, how we've historically matched up, and the injury report. That's some good information for you, and would appreciate any support that y'all have. Definitely be most appreciated. Definitely, Jason, if you weren't watching the game, a couple of real sharp defensive plays. One of them by Vivas, a diving into foul territory bunt save. And let's see, I missed a couple of pitches. Sorry about that. Goldie is up, and the count is 0-1, and the pitch is a cutter off the plate to even the count up at 1-1. And Holmes sets. He brings the pitch, and it is a slider down low for ball 2. Count is now 2-1. Goldie is 1-for-1 on the day with a RBI single in the first. And Holmes sets, and he throws a fastball that catches the inside corner for call. Strike 2. Count is evened at 2-2. All right, understood, Jason. Holmes sets and he fires, and Goldie hammers this one to center field. Harris is backing up, and he is going to make the play on the warning track to record the first out of the inning. Holmes is 58 pitches deep into this game. Ben Rice is coming up to bat. He is 0-for-1 on the day with a pop out in the first. A lot of confidence in this kid, and would like to see the young lad actually break out and do something. And Holmes sets and fires, and the cutter catches the bottom of the strike zone for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Holmes sets, and the ball is hammered to first base. Olson fields it and flips it to Holmes to record the second out of the inning. Let's see. Definitely want to take the series. Volpe is up to bat. He grounded to the shortstop in his first at bat, 0 for 1. And the pitch is hammered into left field by Volpe. And Profar feels it. He fires it into second. So Volpe is kept at first. That is a 2-out single for Anthony Volpe. Coming up to bat is Yorbit Vivas. He is 0 for 1 on the day. And Holmes fires the first pitch. It is a lollipop slider that is outside the strike zone for ball 1. Count is 0-1. Vivas is 0 for 1 on the day with a flyout in the second inning. He did put a charge into it. Holmes sets and fires, and the slider is down low. Count is now 2-0 on Vivas. And Vivas hits a sharp grounder to Albies, who flips it over to Olson to end the fourth inning. No runs on a hit. And we were headed to the bottom of the fourth, where Ronald Acuna Jr., Baldwin, and Ozzie Albies, well, it's Drake Baldwin and Ozzie Albies will be coming up to bat. On the day, they are combined 1 for 3. Let's see. Jason says teammates of Clase and Duran might be better off values for the Yankees for the pen. Well, I would not mind having either of them. Just curious, what is it going to cost us? And the secondary question is, what are we willing to give up for them? Both of those fellows are in the AL, so whoever we trade to them to acquire those players is going to face us a lot of times. Acuna is in the box. Stroman sets, and the first pitch is a sinker in for ball 1. Count is 0-1. Acuna is 1 for 1 on the day with a single in the first inning. Stroman sets, and he fires, and the bat is sawed off in Acuna's hands. Acuna's left sitting there with a bat handle. Acuna has retrieved a new bat. Got some tar on the lumber, and he is stepping back in the box. Count is 1-1. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and it is a slurve off the plate. Count is now 2-1. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and it Should have been called a strike, but once again, umpires are not calling a consistent strike zone, and that is ball three. Count is 3-1. Stroman sets and he fires, and Acuna fouls this one down the third base line. Stroman sets and he brings the pitch. And this one is hammered to Vivas. Vivas fields it cleanly and shoots it across the diamond to Goldschmidt for the first out of the inning. Drake Baldwin is coming up to bat. Baldwin is 0 for 1 on the day. Stroman fires, and the slurve is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Baldwin is 0 for 1 and with a flyout in the first. Stroman sets, he fires, and he fires a 58-foot slider. That one was in the dirt, bounced to the plate. Count is now 2-0. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is a call. Strike one on the outside corner. Nice cutter. Count is now 2-1. Stroman sets and fires, and the fastball is off the plate. Count is now 3-1. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is lined to right center field. The captain is going to field it and shoot it to Jazz to hold him to a single. Coming up to bat is going to be Ozzie Albies. Albies is 0 for 1 on the day. However, he has hurt us in the last two games. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is hammered foul. Count is 0-1. Albies is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second. Stroman sets and fires, and the cutter is up and in. Count evens up at 1-1. Stroman sets and he fires, and the slurve is off the plate. Count is now 3-1. Or 2-1, excuse me. Ugh. Stroman sets and he fires, and the cutter catches the outside corner. Call, strike two. Count is now deuce. Stroman sets, and the slider is hit foul. Count is going to remain deuce. And Albies takes time out. And Stroman sets. He brings the slider, which is fouled off again. Count is 2-2. Going to the seventh pitch of the at bat. Stroman sets. And he brings the pitch, and it is swung on and missed for call. Strike three. Nice splitter to take him out. Marcell Ozuna coming up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Stroman is at 59 pitches. Stroman sets and fires, and he catches the outside corner with a nice sinker. Ozuna grounded out in the second for his first at bat. And the next sinker is off the plate. It's going to even the count at 1-1. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and it is called strike two. Count is 1-2. And Stroman sets. He brings the pitch, and it is a sinker off the plate. Count is now deuce. Stroman sets and fires, and the slurve is off the plate. Count is now full 3-2. Stroman sets, and the pitch is hammered to right field. Judge is going back, and he is going to make the catch just short of the warning track for the final out. They have no runs on one hit, and we are headed to the top of the fifth. Coming up to bat is Jason Dominguez, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. And Holmes is out. He sets and he brings the first pitch, and it is a slider down low for ball one. Dominguez is 0 for 2 on the night or the day with a line out and a ground out. Holmes sets and fires, and the next pitch is actually outside, but it is called strike one. Count is even at 1-1. Holmes sets, he brings the pitch, and it is hit foul down the first base line. Count is going to be 1-2. Holmes sets and fires, and Dominguez swings over the top of a slider for strike three and the first out of the inning. And Holmes fires the first pitch to the captain. It is a cutter off the plate. Count is 1-0. Holmes sets and fires, and the pitch is a four-seamer right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Count is evened at 1-1. Judge swings on a slider to make the count 1-2. Judge takes time out and does his traditional bang the cleats, pick up some dirt, throw a rock. And he sets and fires, and Judge hammers this one foul down the third base line. Count is going to remain 1-2. And Holmes sets and fires, and the slider is in the dirt. Count is going to even up at deuce deuce. And the pitch is swung on by Judge for strike three. That is the second out of the inning. And the first pitch to Bellinger is fouled off. Count is 0-1. Holmes sets and fires, and the pitch bounces in front of the plate. Count is 1-1. Holmes sets and fires, and the ball is hammered to left field, but Profar is sitting there waiting for the third out of the inning. And as we head to the bottom of the fifth, Alvarez, Harris, and Allen will be coming up to bat. The numbers read: Yankees have 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Braves have no runs on 4 hits and no errors. And for those of you joining the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you are not subscribed, could you consider subscribing? That'd be most appreciated. Any support that you can have to grow this channel would be most appreciated. And Stroman sets, and the first pitch is popped up. Volpe is calling for the ball, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. Alvarez goes down. And Stroman sets. Harris is in the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Four seamer catches the outside corner for call, strike one. Harris singled in the third inning. Stroman sets and he fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2. Stroman sets and the splitter is off the plate. And the pitch is grounded to Vivas, who shoots it across the diamond to record the second out of the inning. Stroman sets and fires, and the pitch is popped down the first base line. Goldie is charging, the Judge is charging, but it is just going to get to the wall. Stroman sets and he fires a sinker that is off the plate. Count is going to even up at 1-1. And Allen hits the ball to right field. Judge is backing up, and he catches the ball about middle right field to record the third out of the inning. Heading into the top of seven or six, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, and Paul Goldschmidt will be coming up to bat. Jake, there isn't even the slightest bit of optimism in you. And the first pitch into Big G is a cutter call, strike one. And Stanton hits a line drive bullet to left field. Profar is going to field it and shoot it in. Stanton is 3 for 3. And the pitch to Jazz is hit to center field, a high fly ball. One pitch, outs drive me nuts. Harris puts it away. Goldie in the box. Holmes sets, and the first pitch is a slider that catches the inside strike. Inside corner for strike one. Hey, Susan, welcome to the stream. And the next pitch is a four-seamer inside to Goldie. Goldie is 1 for 2 on the day with a RBI single in the first. And the next pitch is a cutter down low. Count is now 2-1. And the next pitch is a slider down low. Count is 3-1 on Goldie. We are in the top of the sixth. The Yankees lead the Braves 2-0. There is one out with a runner at first. Paul Goldschmidt is up to bat with a 3-1 count. And the next pitch is a four-seamer that is fouled off. It's going to bring the count to 3-2. And the cutter is inside for ball 4. The Goldie is going to take his walk and head to first base. And coming up to bat is young Ben Rice. Rice is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a pop out. Can Rice actually drive in the runner in scoring position? And the first pitch is a slider fouled off. Count is 0-1. And Holmes sets, and the pitch is a curveball in the dirt, but that doesn't prevent Ben Rice from swinging over the top of it. Count is now 0-2. And the pitch is a curveball off the plate. Count is now 1-2. And home sets, and the pitch is in the dirt, bounces away from catcher, but not far enough for Stanton to advance. Holmes takes times out to retie his shoe. And the pitch is up and in. Cutter brings the count to 3-2. Holmes sets, and he brings the pitch, and it is fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2. And it looks like Dunning is warming up. Dunning was picked up by the Braves from the Texas Rangers. And the count is 3-2. Still, Bryce is up to the plate. Holmes sets, and he brings the pitch, and this one is down low for ball 4. And Rice works a walk. So that is going to be the bases juice full of Yankees. 1 out with Anthony Volpe coming up to bat. And a mound visit from the pitching coach is about to happen. So, folks out there, can Anthony Volpe actually get it done? He has 53 RBIs on the season. Can he make it 54, 55, or 56? Maybe 57. If he hits a granny, is he still a scrub? Holmes sets, and Volpe hits the ball to the shortstop. They fire it home and get Stanton out. Bases are going to remain loaded. That is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Yorbit Vivas. Vivas is 0 for 2, and they are not going to pinch hit for Vivas. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0 and 1. Holmes is back on the mound. He's 96 pitches deep into this game, so this is probably his last batter. And the pitch is up. It is a cutter inside that plunks Vivas. So that is going to force in a run. So now the score is 3-0 Yankees. Vivas is taking off his gear and heading to first base. Jason Dominguez is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 3 on the day. And the first pitch is a slider that is swung over the top of. Dominguez is 0 for 3 with a line out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And the pitch is another slider that is swung over the top. He just keeps feeding Dominguez the slider, and he cannot hit it. Hey, FJ, welcome back to the screen, brother. Holmes sets, and the pitch is grounded to Albies. Albies fields it cleanly and shoots it to Olson to record the third out of the Yankees leave the bases loaded, but they get a run. Score is 3-0, headed to the bottom of the sixth. Coming up to bat for the Braves is Profar, Olson, and Acuna. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to step away from the console for a sec. I will be right back. 0-2 on Profar. Stroman sets, and the pitch is up high. Count is 1-2. And Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and it is hit to center field. Bellinger is back. He's on the warning track, and he makes the play, the first out of the inning. Matt Olson is coming up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a ground into a double play. And Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and Olson fouls it off to the stands. Count is 0-1. And it looks like Dunning is going to end up coming into the game for Holmes. Stroman sets, and he fires. Splitter is off the plate. Count is even at 1-1. Stroman sets and fires, and the splitter is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. Stroman fires a splitter. It is off the plate. Count is going to even up at 2-2. And Stroman sets and fires, and this ball is hammered down the right field line. This one is deep, and it is going to be out of here. That is a monster home run off the bat of Matt Olson. And the score is going to be 3-1 Yankees. That one left Olson's bat at 110.7 miles an hour and went 442 feet. Acuna Jr. is up to bat. Stroman sets, and the pitch is a sinker that is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Stroman set, and the slurve is down in the dirt. Count is evened up at 1-1. Acuna takes a pitch. He does not check his swing. Count is now 1-2. Stroman sets, and he fires, and Acuna fouls this one off down the first base line. Count is 1-2. Stroman sets, and he fires a slurve that is way off the plate. Count is now 2-2. And Stroman sets, and Acuna fouls the ball straight back. Count remains 2-2. Stroman sets, and he brings the pitch, and this one is fouled off again. We're heading to the ninth pitch of the at-bat. Stroman is at 90 pitches. It looks like Ian Hamilton is warming up in the bullpen. And a slider is down low. Count is now full. And Stroman fires a fastball up, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Drake Baldwin. And it looks like Matt Blake is heading to the mound for a mound visit. This is probably a stall tactic to give Hamilton more time to warm up. And Stroman sets, and he fires. The ball is chopped down the first baseline, foul. Baldwin is 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the fourth. And Stroman sets and fires. The curveball is outside. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is hit to center field. Bellinger is tracking it, and he is going to make the play on the track to record the final out of the inning. So Stroman gave us 6 innings. Quality start for him. Coming up to bat in the top of the 7th is going to be the captain, Cody Bellinger, and Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, Jake. Hamilton was warming it up. Well, let's see. Loizaga threw 30 pitches yesterday. Weaver threw 30 pitches yesterday, and Williams threw 20 pitches. You're left with Hamilton, Brubaker, Efros, who's thrown 2 days in a row. I don't think there's anybody else. The pen is pretty thin. That's why I keep saying that we need to make a trade, bring in some bullpen arms. Alan Winans was brought up. He hasn't pitched yet. Not sure how confident I feel bringing him into a game like this, but it is what it is. So Stroman, since coming off the IL, has pitched 5, 5, and 6 innings. He's kept us in the game, and his ERA is under 3. And the first pitch from Dunning to Judge is a sinker off the plate for ball 1. And another ridiculous call. It is a slider that is down low. Call strike. Judge is 1 for 3 on the day with a solo home run. And the pitch is a slider or cutter that is fouled off. Count is 1-2. Dunning is 338 with opponents hitting 251 on the season. And he sets and fires, and the pitch is a slider down low and away. Count evens up at deuce. Dunning sets, and the pitch is a sinker off the plate. The count is now full. And the pitch is a slider off the plate. That is ball 4. So Judge is stripping his gear off, heading to first. Coming up to bat is Cody Bellinger, who is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Dunning sets, and he brings the first pitch. It is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 1. Count is 0-1. Dunning sets, and the ball is hammered to right center. Cunha is charging in. He is going to make a sliding catch. He fires to first, but Judge is back in time. And the pitch to Big G is a cutter off the plate. Stanton is 3 for 3 on the day with 3 singles and a run scored. Dunning sets, and the cutter is off the plate. The count is now 2-0. And Dunn sets, and the pitch is a slider down in the dirt. Count is now 3-0. Dunning is definitely not going anywhere near Stanton, so they might as well point the fourth finger and send him to base because this is an intentional walk. Dunning sets, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 1. And Dunning sets, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Stanton chased a ball that was out of the zone. Count is now 3-2. How is the volume for y'all in this stream? I'm having to do adjustments. Dunning sets, and he brings the pitch, and Stanton hits a foul back to the backstop. Count is 3-2. We're going to remain 3-2. Heading to the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Dunning sets, and he brings the pitch, and Stanton hits a rocket to right field. But Cunha is standing there for the freaking line drive. Judge retreats back to first base, and that is the second out of the inning. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day, reached on a bunt single. And the first pitch is a changeup off the plate to Jazz. Count is 1-0. Dunning sets, and he brings the next pitch, and Jazz swings over a changeup down low. Count is evened out, 1-up. Dunning sets. He fires over to first. Judge lays out and is safe. Dunning sets and fires, and Jazz swings over another changeup in the dirt. Count is 1-2. Jazz takes timeout, not understanding the need to swing at a pitch that is never in the strike zone. Dunning sets, and he brings the pitch, and Jazz hits a line drive to right center field, and this is going to bounce and make it to the wall. Judge is heading around third, and he's heading home. The ball is relayed, but Judge is in there sliding safely. So that is a RBI double for Jazz Chisholm, and the Yankees lead 4-1. Paul Goldschmidt is coming up to bat. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a walk, and an RBI. Dunning fires the first pitch, and it is a sinker that catches the inside corner for call, strike one. And Goldie hits a broken bat to the third baseman, and he fields across the diamond to Olson to record the third out of the inning. After the end of 6 1/2 innings, the Yankees lead the Braves 4-1. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the seventh is going to be Ozzy Albies, Marcell Ozuna, and Nacho Alvarez. And for those of you that are here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share this channel out, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Any help that y'all can provide in helping this channel grow would be most appreciated. And I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy weekend to spend some time listening to some baseball today. Thank you. And we are in the seventh inning stretch. So feel free to go get a drink, some snackies, whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah, Stephen B. I think the Yankees are looking all right. Thanks for hopping in the stream. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And the broadcast is headed to a commercial. So it's snack time or drink time. Ian Hamilton is coming in to relieve Stroman. He has a 3-run lead. Can he get it done today? Can the Yankees hold this lead and take the win and the series? That is awfully quiet. Stroman has pitched well since coming off the IL. And Lord knows Ian Hamilton is back on the bump. Hopefully, he has a better showing than he did his last outing as the opener. And Hamilton sets. And the first pitch to Albies is a sinker down in the dirt. Hamilton is got a 4.10 ERA in the season. Opponents are hitting 2.02. Hamilton sets and the ball is shot to right field, but Dominguez is waiting for it for the first out of the inning. Marcell Ozuna coming up to bat. Hey, Dev, how's it going? And Hamilton sets, and the slider is just inside for ball one. I think he might have actually caught some of the zone, but who am I to say? Bring in ABS. Hamilton sets, and the slider is swung over the top of. Count is 1-1. Ozuna is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out. Hamilton sets and he fires. The slider is down low. Count is 2-1. Hamilton sets and fires, and Albies fouls the ball down the third base line. Count goes to 2-2. For those of you hopping in, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hamilton sets, and he brings the pitch, and the slider is called strike three. That was a gift from the umpire because that damn sure wasn't a strike. Hey, Dev. Nacho Alvarez swings at the first pitch, and it is a fly ball to left field. Dominguez is waiting on it and records the third out of the inning. The Dominguez or Hamilton gets unscathed through this inning. As we head to the eighth, is Boone going to leave him in to pitch the eighth? Lord only knows. As we head to the top of the eighth, the Yankees are going to have Ben Rice 0 for 2 on the day with a base on balls. Anthony Volpe 1 for 3. And Yorbit Vivas 0 for 2, hit by pitch and an RBI. For those of you in the stream, how is the volume? Looks like Dunning is going to return for his second inning of work. And Dunning sets and he brings the first pitch. It catches the inside corner on Rice and is called strike one. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is dribbled to Osuna. And it is shot to Olson. Actually, it's Albies shot to Olson for the first out of the inning. That certainly wasn't a impressive hit. Anthony Volpe is coming up to bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single in the fourth. Dunning's first pitch is a cutter up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Volpe hits the ball to Alvarez. Alvarez does a running throw to Olson for the second out. So my personal one pitch, one out favorites. Coming up to bat is Yorbit Vivas. Vivas is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded and got an RBI. And the cutter from Dunning is down low for ball one. Dunning sets and he fires a pitch, and Vivas hammers it to the stands. Count is now evened at 1-1. Dunning sets and he fires, and Vivas hits a line shot to right field. Acuna retrieves the ball and shoots it into second. So Vivas has a 2-out single. Jason Dominguez is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 4 on the day with some bad swings. And it looks like Peraza is coming out to pinch run for Vivas. And the pitch to Dominguez is a slider way up out of the strike zone for ball one. Dominguez is 0 for 4 with a lineout, 2 groundouts, and a strikeout. Looks like Tim Hill is warming up in the pen. And the pickoff attempt is unsuccessful. Peraza back in head first diving. Thanks, Stephen. And the ball is hit sharply to Olson. Olson steps on the bag, so Dominguez is 0 for 5 in the leadoff slot. So are we wanting Jason Dominguez as the permanent leadoff hitter? Heard that as a talking point for weeks now. And how's he performing? The 99, should he be the leadoff hitter? If not him, then who? And Michael Harris is going to be leading off against Tim Hill. Lead Boyer. And Hill fires the first pitch in, and it is called strike one. Hill has a 2.64 ERA. Opponents are hitting 200 against him. 12 walks and 24 strikeouts. The next pitch is in there, and it is fouled off. Looks like JC Escara is taking over behind the plate. Peraza takes over at third. And the pitch is in there, and it is fouled off. Count is going to remain 0-2. Harris is 1 for 2 on the day with a single in the third. And the pitch is swung on and foul tip for strike 3. John Murphy is pinch hitting. And Hill sets and fires, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 1. Murphy's hitting 239 on the season, 16 home runs, 38 RBIs, and an 842 OPS. Hill sets and fires, and the ball is shot into center field. So that is a pinch hit single for Murphy. And Profar is up to bat. It looks like the Braves are having a pinch runner for Murphy. The Hill sets and fires, and the pitch is a sinker that catches the outside corner. Count is 0-1. Profar is 0 for 3 on the day. Hill sets and fires, and the sinker is just off the plate. Count is evened out 1-up. Hill sets and fires, and the pitch is slapped to the right side. Judge is coming in on it, and he makes the play for the out. Second out of the inning. He fires it into Volpe at short, and that is 2 down. Ronald Acuna Jr. is coming up to bat. And Hill sets and fires, and Olson fouls the pitch back. Hill sets and fires, and the pitch is fly ball to center field, and Grisham is backing up, and he makes the play to record the third out of the inning. So the Yankees are 3 outs away from taking the win, taking the series, and closing out before we head to Tampa at the Rogers Center. Coming up to bat in the top of the ninth is Judge, Bellinger, and Stanton. We are still in a commercial break. Uh, if you would, hustle up and grab yourself a drink and a snacky. Not dinner time yet, so feel free to partake. And we are back from the commercial break, heading back into the stream. And Dunning sets, and the pitch is a slider that is called strike one at the top of the zone to the captain. All rise. The judge is in the chamber. Judge is 1 for 3 on the day with a home run in the first inning. He has a walk. Captain is back in the box. Dunning sets, and the pitch is a sinker down low. Count evens up at 1 up. And the changeup is swung over the top by Judge. Count is now 1-2. Dunning sets and he fires the cutter, and it is down low. Count is now evened at deuce. And the pitch is caught right down the heart of Broadway. Call strike 3 on the captain. That is Judge's second strikeout of the day. And it looks like Devin Williams is warming up in the pen. So rest assured, if Williams comes in for the save, first pitch paints the outside corner for against Bellinger. The count is 0-1. Dunning sets and he fires another sinker. This time it is off the plate. Count is even at 1-1. If Williams comes in today, Bellinger hits a looping grounder to Albies. Albies fires it over to Olson to record the second out of the inning. So if Williams pitches today, he will not be available for the first game of the Tampa series or the Blue Jays series. Stanton is up. He is 3 for 4 on the day with 3 singles. Dunning sets and fires, and the first pitch is a cutter down and away for ball 1. Dunning sets and fires, and the slider is way off the plate. Count is 2-0. Dunning sets, and the fastball cuts the inside corner of the strike zone. Count is 2-1. Dunning sets, and Stanton swings over a ball that is down in the dirt. Count is evened at deuce. That's the worst swing that I've seen Stanton take. Dunning sets, and Stanton swings over the exact same low pitch. So that is a 1-2-3 inning for Dunning. Yankees are down in order. Looks like Devin Williams is coming in to face the bottom of the Braves lineup, which is going to include Ronald Acuna Jr., Drake Baldwin, and Ozzie Albies. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I want to extend my appreciation to all of you that are here on your busy Sundays listening to a little bit of baseball. Thank you, and know that it is most appreciated. Devin Williams has a 4.71 ERA. Opponents are hitting 198 against him. He has 48 strikeouts and 15 walks. Cunha is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a single in the first. Looks like there is a pitch issue with the transmitter and receiver between Escara and Williams. And Williams sets. And the first pitch is a fastball way off the plate. Count is 1-0. Williams sets and he brings the pitch, and it is off the plate. Count is now 2-0. Williams sets and he brings the pitch. It catches the outside corner for call, strike one. Count is 1-1. And Williams sets, and the pitch is way outside. Doesn't appear that Williams has any control of his four seamer. The count is now 3-1. Williams sets and he brings the pitch, and this one is hammered to center field. And this one is going, and gone. That is a solo shot home run to dead center field from Ronald Acuna Jr. And the score is now 4-2. Cement mixer changeup right in the middle of the plate, and Acuna tagged it. Baldwin is up to bat. Williams sets and he fires the pitch. It is a changeup down there for call, strike one. And Williams sets. He brings the pitch, and it is fouled off. Count is 0-2. Count is even at 2-2. And Williams fires the fastball, and he gets Baldwin for the first out, swinging. Coming up to bat is Albies. He is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts, but Albies has hurt the Yankees in this series. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Williams sets and he fires, and the changeup is fouled off. Count is 0-1. Albies is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a lineout. Williams sets and he fires, and the pitch is a pop up. Volpe is sitting on the edge of the grass. He has it and he records the out. That is the second out of the inning. Yankees are 1 out away from securing the win and the series. Marcell Ozuna coming up to bat. He is 0 for 3 today with a ground out, fly out, and a strikeout. And Williams fires a four-seamer right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike one. I don't know who wouldn't realize that Acuna is a superstar. The only issue with him is his injury history recently. Williams sets and the pitch is swung on. Yankees are 1 strike away from securing the game. Williams sets and he fires, and the pitch is chopped to Praza. Praza fires across the inning or the diamond, and the Yankees win 4-2. So the Yankees win. They take the game, then the series, as we head to Toronto for 3 at the Rogers Center. Hopefully, we can actually get it done this time. Before I shut the stream down, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and subscribe if you have not. I want to extend my appreciation to all of y'all that have been here throughout the stream, taking time out of your busy Sunday. There are several post 99. Are you still here? I am. I don't know what YouTube is doing. They keep unmoderating you, and I just popped you in, so hopefully you're a moderator again. But I want to thank everyone for taking time out of y'all's busy Sunday to join the stream. I'm going to be broadcasting all 3 games from Toronto. The first game is going to be, I believe, 7 on tomorrow. Keep your eyes open for notifications to watch the stream, because I'll end up posting the stream up sometime this evening. And I will end on my traditional "Let's go Yankees." See you in the funny papers. Talk to y'all later. Have a great day.